Hey everybody, this is World War Guy here today, and today I want to do a review video on items I got from Tschooverken. If I pronounced that incorrectly, I'm terribly sorry. But Tschooverken is a small company, small side business, however he wants to call it, done by one man named Nicolas. And he's from Belgium, and he specializes in mainly, of what I've seen, mainly World War I and World War II Belgian items, as we can see on the table. And I want to do a review because I bought, as you can see, a lot from him recently. And I think it's worth the shout out, if you want to say, based on his things, because honestly they're great quality, and we'll see as we go closer in. Alright, first things first is the Belgian leggings, or gaiters, however you want to call them. These are all handmade by him, made of leather. None of it's original. He made all of this. And honestly, great quality. The leather seems to be in very good condition or quality. It doesn't look like that cheap pleather, that fake leather, faux leather. So it does seem like something that's really going to hold up. You can see the hardware looks to be of good quality, not cheap, Chinese plastic. You can see some faint markings there. And they did come with leather laces. These are also new made. These also look like they're going to hold up nicely, not cheap quality. Alright, next up we have the Belgian Canteen. Now the flask, the metal part, the flask, is original, but he did make a reproduction cover and hardware for it. The felt seems like a good quality, seems like a good felt cover. The leather seems also to be good quality, good leather. Stitching is very well done, doesn't look loose, doesn't look choppy or anything like that. Snaps look nice. Leather for the top here looks good hardware. Honestly, there's not much to complain. Now, from originals, these might be slightly different because Belgian reenacting is not as popular as German or American or even British. So getting certain small parts may be hard. And I say this because these are oddly large. And I'm wondering if these are just the only hardware he could get, as I previously stated that it's not a very common impression. Nonetheless, though, these look very good. I don't have an original to compare, but based off pictures, there's nothing that screams Farb or anything like that. So this looks very good. The cork stopper, this is of a British pattern, looks like. As you can see, based on original photos I've seen, original examples, the stoppers are usually a little bit different, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a style like this, as well as it's a small detail that I'm not going to worry about. Next up, we have the bread bag. The bread bag is in good condition. It's a reproduction as well. The canvas is of a heavy-duty canvas. It's not a cheap, soft cotton fabric. This will hold up very well. The stitching is well done. It looks very tight. It doesn't look loose. You can see it's very straight. It's not amateur hour for sure. The buns, I can't tell if they are made of a sort of glass, plastic, or maybe even ivory. And I'm saying ivory just because it's not, you can see it's kind of warped and everything. But again, I don't really know much about ivory. Either way, there are different varieties of buns. You can see wooden buns, plastic buns, brown, black, white. So I'm happy with this. This is cool. Hardware here. As you can see, it's the British style. The Belgians did have leather as well as canvas styles, so each one works. They're both correct for a 1940 impression, so not much to say there. These appear to be in good quality, heavy-duty canvas, so the bag is not going to rip off from these straps at all. And then on the inside, oh no, I do want to talk about one thing that I would say is a bit wrong. Based on the original examples of bread bags I've seen, the internal straps to close the bag, normally the attachment point would be around here, just above the retaining strap here. While these are just about the very top, so you can see I can basically open it without undoing the straps. Like I said, I haven't seen any other examples from the few examples I could find to have the straps attached this high. So I don't know if he did this by mistake, or maybe this was a normal thing to do. But this is something that I'm probably going to change to lower, as well as whether I'm changing it for accuracy or not. It's just annoying that this is open and things could come out a little easier than I'd like. And with that being said, the straps do seem a bit short. As you can see, this is filled. Not all the way, I could definitely put more, but I'm already basically running out of straps here, or strap length. Personally, I would like it a little bit longer, but since I am going to move the straps down a little bit, these are going to be of great length, as long as I don't leave it passing out of the bag. But otherwise, I'm still happy with it. There's nothing to claim, that's just something I've noticed. Next up here, we have the Bayonet Frog. This is, again, a reproduction made of leather. Very good quality. Leather is very thick, you can see there. As you can see how thick the leather is. Stitching is very well done. The rivets appear to have been well placed. Hardware is nice. Honestly, this Bayonet Frog is going to hold up for a very long time. There you have the loop to hold the bayonet at the top. It does seem very large. I don't know if this is normal for originals or not. I haven't really seen any pictures of originals with the retaining loop, or at least I haven't really looked for it. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be as wide as it is right here. Otherwise, still great item. And then next up is we have the belt. So as you can see, I'm just going to show the closing system there. Closes like that. And it's just a leather belt. Again, this is something he made. Very good quality, thick leather. It's not going to rip anytime soon as long as I take care of it. Stitching is very well done. You can see it's very tight. Very good job at the stitching there. The hardware, I believe, is Reproduction. Either way, I don't think he made the metal itself, but it's very nice. You can see the markings here are very nicely done. And as well as, even though he did ask my waist size, he did give me quite a bit of room left for the belt in case, who knows, I gain weight. But so that's very nice. I can always cut this down if I need to. But that's nice that he didn't make it the exact size that I gave him. Alright, then here we have the Belgian mess kit. Now this one is actually an original mess kit, but he repainted. As you can see, original markings there, as well as one back here. Now the mess kit, of course, is not in the greatest condition. You can see here the handle is a bit rusted. You can kind of see on the bottom the metal's not in the best condition. Again, this is original, so that's not his fault. But the paint is what I want to talk about. The paint is nicely done. It's a khaki green, kind of an OD, olive drab color. This looks good. I've seen original pictures. Of course, they varied a lot. You have greener ones, you have a little bit yellower ones, browner ones. So this is definitely fitting in the range of original mess kit colors. So this is very cool. I'm very happy with this. Next up, we're going to talk about original items. So the great thing about Nicolas is he does have a lot of original items ready to be bought. In Belgium, it's a lot easier to find Belgian things compared to the US, which is near impossible. So when I was able to buy original stuff, I definitely jumped on it. But this is an original gas mask and gas mask carrier. Everything on this particular piece is original. And the bag is in good condition. The leather is cracked here. The leather's not in best condition, as you can see, but it's still supple, and it's not something that's going to rip off in a single use or anything like that. Of course, I have to be careful with it because it is original. The bag itself, there are no holes in the canvas. All the straps are there, the hardware's there. So he definitely did not give me a piece of crap. He gave me a good item in still good condition considering its age. As well as the gas mask. I will not take it out because I weirdly struggle putting this gas mask back in. Just to avoid that, I'm not going to take it out. But the gas mask is also in surprisingly good condition. The lenses are very dark, but that's normal with age. And then the rubber right there you can see is cracking. But otherwise, the tube has no holes. The mask itself is in great condition. The straps, the springs on the straps to tighten on your head still work. They haven't been stretched out. And as well as the filter is still there, still sealed, still hasn't been used. So overall, I'm very happy because he gave me, a good original item. He didn't give me, the crappiest version he had or anything like that. So I'm very happy with that, as it'll look good for my impression. Now, some bonuses that he actually put in my order that I wasn't expecting at all are these two things here. So here we have some, I believe these are actually original emblems or insignia, however you want to call it. As this is a impression for my great-grandfather, who was part of the 1st Light Infantry Regiment, he put 3 different of these number 1s here. These would be put on the field cap, and I think maybe the uniform, but I'm not entirely sure. And then he gave me 3 of these crowns, which I think would either go on the shoulder boards or the side cap as well. But I wasn't expecting this, and he just threw these in free of charge, so that's really, really great. I really appreciate that. And another one here is a wash bin. Now this one I think is an original just because of the smell, and you can see the stitching has worn down a little bit. It's not as prominent as a new made item. So if this is original, this is also great. This was also thrown in. If it was reproduction, I'd still be happy, don't get me wrong. But this was unexpected as well, so when I got this I was very happy, as this was an issued item for Belgian soldiers, so this is definitely going in the impression. Alright, and then last item we're going to be reviewing today is the original Belgian tornister, haversack, backpack, however you want to call it. This is all original. The only thing is the shoulder straps, which we will look in a second. But the bag is original. Now, of course, it's original, so I cannot expect a pristine bag. There are parts, especially on the straps, where the canvas is starting to rip, so I definitely have to be careful whenever I unstrap this. Some of the metal hardware is rusted and pitted. Again, it's still in good condition that you can use it as long as you're careful with it. And of course the bag does have some stains. Also looks like some paint stains, which is interesting, but it's not a problem at all. Now on the inside there is an original bamboo frame, which is really cool. Bamboo frame's in great condition. The only thing is you can see some of the wraps here are coming undone, but that's not going to be a problem since the frame's going to just stay in here. And again, it's original, so this is not on him at all. One thing I have noticed is for the retainers for the straps, normally it would be the German tornister style, which would be a sort of prong that comes down with some raw cowhide to add as a handle, and basically bend down. Here he just opted for some modern nuts and bolts. I'm not worried about it, as this is in the inside, as well as I feel like finding originals would be hard, and I don't think anyone makes reproductions of those. So although that, as far as I know, is incorrect, it is not a deal breaker at all for me. Alright, and then the straps. So the straps are reproduction, as I would assume the original straps are either missing or just in very poor condition that he wouldn't want to give them out to his customers since they couldn't be used. But otherwise they're made of leather, very good leather, thick leather. It's pliable, it's not that cheap Chinese leather. Here you have the attachment here, attached by the nuts and bolts we saw on the inside. And then the straps, you do have the correct hardware. They're not just simple, there's not simple hooks that you'd find in a hardware store. They do seem custom made, which is very nice. For the attachment points, you do have the pear-shaped rings. They're not D-rings, but they're the pear-shaped ones, which is correct. You see the Belgians, they very much enjoyed this sort of attachment set or attachment point. Buckles seem to be of just simple buckles bought at a hardware store or something, but it is correct to what the originals look like. The stitching for the leather, again, very tight, very neatly done. Definitely not amateur hour. As well as all the parts move. So here for the strap that would attach to the pouches, you can see it moves. The holes are of a proper size as the rivet can properly fit in here. And yeah. Alright, that basically concludes the video. Overall, I highly recommend buying from Tschooverken. Again, if I pronounced that wrong, I am terribly sorry. But it's totally worth it. He makes very good products. And if you are reenacting Belgian, whether it's World War I, World War II, he's definitely the guy to go, as you will get quality items at a good price. At least I think it was a good price. And your impression is going to look way better. But he also does work on other leather items. So definitely, if you do want to ask him, I'm sure he'll be happy to make or fix anything leather related. But with that being said, I will post links in the description to see his Instagram, since that would probably be the best way to contact him, or Facebook. But otherwise, If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like, write a comment, share, and subscribe. But besides that, you guys have a great day.